So we're on our way into St. Augustine to grab some breakfast, and the drawbridge is up. So this is how we start our day. Sailboat has to go through. You can see the top of the sailboat, the mast going through right now. There you go. All right, just here at the Kookaburra Coffee. Here it's pretty good. Susan's in there grabbing it for me right now, and we're right on the main boulevard here. It's really tough to find parking in this town unless you're here early like we are. So we went to Schnagel's Bagels right there behind us. They bake their stuff for, you know, that morning. They get up and bake it, and when they run out, they run out. So I don't know. It should be tasty. Everybody raves about it. So we'll see how this goes. So there it is. There is the bagel. Wow, it is good. What do you got?
It's a Tuscan with cream cheese.
Nice. And of course mine's a everything bagel. She lets me eat garlic, so I'm in good shape. We made our way down to Fort Matanzas. It's about 15 miles or so south of St. Augustine. This is another fort. It's called Fort Matanzas. And the great thing about this is it's free. You take a little boat over, and you definitely have to get here early. We got here within a half an hour or less of it opening at 9 o'clock, and we were already booked on the second boat at 10:30. So sometimes they say on the weekends this place is sold out by 11, and when I say sold out, you don't have to buy anything, but you do have to get a free ticket to go over. So this is how it works. You come over here, and you take the little boat over on a ferry to where Fort Matanzas is, and then you're gonna see the fort, and then there's the times. So while we wait, we're gonna do a little nature trail. It's a boardwalk. How about that? We took ourselves a little walk out here to the dunes on this boardwalk. They give you all these little marks, footprints, examples, and then over here in the dunes you see the footprints. Yeah, it's pretty neat. And then of course the dunes over to the water there. Very pretty. So here we are on a little ferry boat to get over here. That's what the boat would look like. Some local guys fishing over there off a little boat and on the shore. And the fort that we're going to. Correct. And here's the fort. Flying the Spanish flag up there.
Tower down here. He says, no, that is not gonna happen. He sends the warships back down here to destroy while it's under construction. They get out here, they look in, they see we've just started to build this. They drop the boats in the water. The soldiers jump in the boats. They row on in to attack and destroy, but what they don't realize, even though we have just started to build this, we have finished through the gun deck. We've got a couple guns here now. So we lob a couple balls out towards those boats. Those boats spin around, go back to the ships, ships around, go back to Georgia, and St. Augustine has never been attacked again. So even before the fort's done being built, it's already fulfilled its mission. This is the back door into St. Augustine. This is the key to the back door. When this is in place, we control the inlet. If you're Spanish, this is a safe refuge. You're welcome to come in under the protection of the guns. If you're not Spanish, you have no business over here. You need to get moving on.
Coming up the ladder to the observation deck. That wasn't as tight for you.
No, not as tight. It's still tight though, I can see.
Yeah. So you definitely can see all the way out there. Isn't that cool? I love it. And looking down to the gun deck, those things would put the hurt on boats coming in here, as he explained in the story. Yeah, this is a great little adventure here. For free. What a fantastic little deal. And he had such a fun story. I think I'll put that in a separate video because it's a little lengthy, but man, it's great.
It's 11:01 already.
I know. So you take this boat all the way back over there. It's not a very far boat ride. Sleeping quarters, eating quarters, gunpowder. So they've got an angle on this to measure the angle. See that plumb line? and then they can probably measure the angle that they're putting the cannon at. Water cistern where they kept their water. All their cannon equipment along with the long rifle here. Neat little room, huh? And there's the fort.
While you have that point.
Not very big, but I'm sure it did the job, huh? Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. We had a great time on that trip over to the fort. And as I said before, we got off this boat at 11:30 and they're already booked. So you definitely want to make sure that you get your reservations early. They will run out as it is already today. So it's well worth it. Had a good time, and we're moving on up the coast. Okay, we got people fishing here for ocean fish. Washington Gardens State Park, where the fishing sure is pretty. Place to fish. Yeah, so we're going down to these gardens down here, and the cool thing that I'm adjusting to here, well, or that I'm liking, is the palm trees in the forest. It's really neat. Just a beautiful garden. Wow, look at that tree. Rose garden, gazebos. It's really pretty. There's a cactus in the oak tree. Never seen anything like that. Wow, these pine trees are really cool. I don't even know what they are, but they're really neat. So this is the Washington Oaks Garden State Park, and we originally intended to go to the Washington Rocks State Park, which is on the ocean side, and it's really a neat place to go, but they're restoring that area from the tropical storm that came after the hurricane, so they got to restore the dunes and the parking lot, and so we weren't able to go on that side. Well, since we couldn't get into the Rocks Beach down the road, we just came to here to what's this called again?
Get that on camera. Bay Drive Park.
Bay Drive Park, yeah, and there's these gorgeous houses over here. We had to kind of weave our way back here, but you can see with the sand here that they're restoring this area because it got hammered by the tropical storm. So here's the beach. Really neat. Definitely neat here. So there's some really nice shells on this beach, and I found this shell right here, and it's awesome because it has a little hole, and you could put it on a necklace really nicely. So I went down, we walked down to the rock beach here that was closed. This is why it's closed. The parking lot's closed, and we just walked down this beach right here where we parked down there, and they're trying to restore this beach here. So this is what they're doing and why it's closed. And those rocks over there is where we were going. So they're not just putting sand, they're restoring it by planting the grass for the dunes. That's cool. So as I was saying, these shells are all smashed here, but this is, you can see how many shells there are. This is where that coquina rock comes from, huh? And here's the rocks. This is neat right here. It's because it's low tide. Got to come here in the low tide. See, this rock is just shells. Isn't that cool? It's all just shells. The water coming right through the rocks there. It's not like the West Coast though, where your tide pools are. Yeah, these rocks are really neat with all the little holes everywhere. And you can see it goes quite a ways. It's pretty far. It's really neat. So that's going to do it for our time in St. Augustine. We're just finishing out our trip here at this Washington State Park Rock Beach here. And what a fantastic place to go. The area around St. Augustine is as amazing as you can see. Thanks for joining me.